When I hit the deepest trenches of my burnout in my mid to late 30s, there was one thing that just like baffled me more than anything else, in that there's no like framework for this. There's no guide out there that's like, hey, here's how you overcome this thing. And the one thing that like I wish I would have realized a lot sooner is that burnout for millennials, it hits different. Because yeah, you can go to therapy and you can go do the yoga and the breath work and all of that stuff is great for nervous system regulation. But I think that's just one piece of it, because what I realized way too late in this game, and I hope that maybe you can learn it sooner, is that millennials, you have to think about it from a brain conditioning perspective, right? We grew up being told that as long as you work really, really hard and get the college degree and, get a good corporate job and climb that ladder, you too can have success. And it still hasn't paid off for us. We still haven't been able to like reap the rewards of all of our hard work. But at the same time, there's this subconscious conditioning that says, hey, if you're not getting what you want out of life, you're just not working hard enough. And so our brain, not consciously but subconsciously, has been wired to prioritize pressure over peace. It's not just burnout, it's burnout mindset. And so that's why I decided to write my book, When Adulting Feels Insulting, because there was no framework. And I was like, there's got to be something out there. So let's just create it. I'm not a professional psychologist or therapist. I'm just somebody that's been through it, that really has a thing for brain and mind science. And so after a lot of research, I put it all into the book and put it into a framework that I call my 4 Rs. The first R is being able to simply like recognize what got us here, and so much of it being some of that conditioning and subconscious programming. The second R is the regulate piece, because obviously that is a critical piece just to be able to like get yourself out of that initial fight or flight response that we've been on repeat for. The third piece is the big one, right? The reprogramming, doing some of that inner work as well as the outer work to be able to overcome some of those subconscious default narratives that talk us out of change and growth in the first place. And then the fourth R, which is the most exciting part, is the rediscovery piece, because that's what I got out of all of this. It wasn't necessarily that I found a better job or that I, had this like dream life of mine. It was that I began to remember the version of me before the world told me who to be. And I truly believe that like every millennial out there deserves that.